Hey everybody, good morning, good morning. You might be watching this on the replay, so I'll say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Let's take off the Wi-Fi. I don't want the connection to go bad. Wait for a couple of you to pop on. No, I don't think I'm going to wait. I'm just going to go ahead and talk. It's just a blessing to be alive. I hope you guys can hear the birds. If you're hearing the birds sing, talk, that is such a blessing. Hoping that everybody is doing well, that you are staying safe, and that you are remaining hopeful and positive during these times. Wanted to come on really briefly and just share some thoughts that I have, and I'll get off and not interrupt any more of your day. Many of you may know, and some of you may not know, that I am running for county councilwoman in District 5 against an incumbent that's been in office, I think, 32 years. 32 years, same person representing the same district. And a lot of people ask me, well, Sue, why are you running? Do you really think that you can unseat someone who's been in office 32 years? And I say this, I can't unseat anyone, but the voters can. The voters can unseat someone who's been in office 32 years. The reason I'm running against Councilman Andy McKnight is because I moved back home in 2003. This is 2020, 17 years. And not much has changed. Not much. Some has changed, I will not lie to you, but not much has changed. And I've looked at leadership, and time again, our leadership has not stepped up to the plate, has not represented us as a whole in the way that they need to. When it comes to the landfill, our leadership failed us, causing us to pay more money in taxes. When it came to our budget, our recent budget, the debacle we had with the budget, Councilman Andy McKnight stated on record, on video, we can go back and go to the video, he stated he doesn't know anything about a budget, nor does he care to know anything about a budget. Now, I'm not doing this video to bash Councilman Andy McKnight, but I'm simply just stating the truth. The truth is neither negative nor positive. It just is. And when he said that, it really bothered me. Many of you have been misled to believe that let me restate that. Many of you think that, oh my God, he fought for us to not get the $40 raise on our taxes. But what he should have been doing is fighting to look at that budget and make sure that it was accurate so that we would not have wasted time on all those meetings to come up with 17 different solutions to fix the problem with our budget. Now, a lot of you know me from writing stage plays, producing shows, doing comedic videos. But what you may not know is that I was a Marine for nearly 9 years. And those 9 years I worked in dispersing. That's what it was called back in the day. And then they changed the name to finance. And I was responsible for making sure Marines, enlisted and officers, got their pay. I was responsible for making sure not only did they get their pay every 2 weeks, but got their travel pay and any other pay that they were due. I also ran an auditing division where I audited everything in the dispersing office to ensure that everything was paid accurately. Also, as a Marine, I had people under my care, people that I had to take care of, meaning that I've been in leadership position all my life. I'm the second oldest of 6 children born to James Hammond. Some of y'all know him as Sarge. He's transitioned now, but many of you knew him because he worked at the county. He worked at the county and he saved the county loads of money. That's the type of man my father was. He was about leadership, he was about excellence, and he was about education and honesty. My mother is Betty Hammond, beautiful woman who taught us about God and who taught us to laugh and enjoy life. So I'm more than just a writer. I've been a leader all my life, especially being the second oldest child. I was in charge of making sure that everything was running right at home. I know you're saying, but you weren't the oldest, but I was the second oldest girl. So I was in charge of making sure that household was ran right. Post Marine Corps, I moved back home. And I moved back home, and I had a calling to move back home because I wanted to help people financially, and I wanted to do entertainment. I started working for USDA, doing home loans. I can't even begin to tell you the number of people I counseled on credit. I can't even begin to tell you the number of people I helped get into homes. I can't begin to tell you how I influence management in those positions to give people second chances so that they can have home ownership. At the same time, counseling those applicants and letting them know how important credit is, how important finance is. These are the things that I did outside of my job description. You see, so many of us, we only want to do what our job description requires, and then some of us, we barely do what it requires. I always go up and beyond what is asked of me. Then I went on to work at the prison. Retired from the prison. Was running a $33 million budget. That's pretty big. You're talking about managing monies to get the food in to feed inmates. You're talking about making sure that the staff was paid on time, making sure that we stayed in the black meaning profit, making sure that we did not go in the red where we had to owe money or be in default to the federal government, making sure there was no fraud, waste, and abuse. These are things that I did while at the federal prison. Also training other people in their departments on how to use finances, on how to budget, on how to use cost-effective methods to get the best thing at the lowest price. So these are things I've been doing for years. I've been doing finance for years, even back to when I was in third grade, right? Picking cucumbers, knowing the value of money, picking cucumbers and going to buy a Michael Jackson jacket. So I've worked hard all my life. I've been in leadership all my life. And I've cared about people all my life. I've also been in all the schools here, reaching the students, inspiring them, and hope. I've created programs. I've helped others to create programs. I tell people about where they can find money. One of the things about me as a leader, I'm not that leader that sits in a position and hoards information or just give it to my friends. We've seen too much of that here in Williamsburg County. Nepotism, only helping your family or only helping certain people. You don't have to worry about that with me. You don't have to worry about that with me because we have to rise together. So I'm always sharing the information with any and everyone who's willing to take advantage of that. I don't want this video to be long, but what I want to say to you is you're worth more than $100, somebody buying your vote. You're worth more than someone setting up and giving you food every 3 years right before an election. Now, mind you, I'm going to do some food distributions as I've always done in the past. I've always given scholarships to kids who are in college. I've always donated to schools. I'm going to continue to do that. But it's not something that I do sporadically. It's something that I do consistently. But you're worth more than that. If someone's only doing those or employing those tactics just to get your vote, you are worth more than that. I know a lot of you have given up on leadership. A lot of you have given up on the government. You're like, why vote? My vote doesn't count. Oh my God, your vote does count. And I got to tell you, if you don't get to the polls this election season, I don't know what to tell you. It's important not only in your local elections, but also all across the nation to vote for this presidential election. Your vote matters. It won't matter if you stay home. You complain about what's broken. You complain about nothing's changed. I'm not saying that I'm your savior. I'm not saying that because I'm going to tell you from the heart that in order for us to save ourselves, we have to save ourselves. So what do I mean by that? Collectively, we all have to dig deep and find that thing that we can fix and get better. It starts with the mindset. But here's also what I can tell you. It starts also with a great leader that inspires hope, that makes you want to jump into action and do better for yourself. I'm not your savior, but here's what I can promise you is that I will do my absolute best. My track record speaks for decades. I'm not here tooting my horn off of something that I did 20 years ago. Oftentimes you're going to hear candidates say, we got water into your district. Let me tell you, I used to work at USDA, okay, in the loan department. USDA funded the loans to get that water in your district. You signed petitions to get that water in your districts. Ask your politicians, what are they doing for you now? Ask them that. What are they doing for you now? What have they done for you in the last 5 years besides cost you more money and more pain and more embarrassment? Ask them that. You see, I think it's an insult for people to campaign on something that they may have done 20, 30 years ago. And I think it's an insult to allow people to stay in office for 32 years and we not see much change. That's why I'm running. I'm not your savior, but here's what I can promise you. I'm a forward thinker, but more importantly, I get things done. I take action. You see, things start first in the mind, and then you got to go ahead and make it manifest. I'm a person that works well with others. Marine Corps taught me that. My parents taught me that. I have 5 other siblings. I had to learn that. I'm a person who does not just say, okay, there's no way to do it. No, we find a way. We find a solution. And if we can't find a solution, then maybe that we need to create something different. It's just like COVID-19 right now. A lot of you were probably not online. A lot of businesses were probably not online. But because of COVID-19, what did you do? You shifted. You pivoted. Unfortunately, a lot of our leaders are not like that. A lot of our leaders right now are coming online to campaign because that's the only way they can do it. They've never been transparent with you. They've never been in your communities. They've never had this dialogue with you. They've never welcomed you to ask them questions. They run from you. They run from you. But as people, as citizens, we have to do better and we have to challenge our leadership. I am no different. If I earn your vote and you put me into that office, I am no different. I don't have an ego. I don't have the big girl, little you syndrome. We are people. People. You open us all up inside. Everything works the same way. I am no better than you and you are no better than me. But here's what I want to leave you with, and I hope that you will share this video. Stop allowing people to just feed you physically. How are they feeding you outside of food going in your body? After you eat that food, has anything changed? Do your children have hope? We just had a shooting in Sand Ridge last night. Do your children have hope? Do they have opportunities? Do they have somebody who's not hoarding information but willing to give them the information, point them in the right direction? You see, helping somebody does not always entail giving them money. Helping somebody, I would prefer the knowledge to know how to fish than for you to just always give me the fish, because now I got to depend on you to give me the fish. And what if you get upset with me and don't want to give me the fish? Now I got to go hungry. But if you give me the knowledge and teach me how to fish, no matter what, I don't have to depend on you. I can go out there and go fish. But more importantly than that, I can teach others to fish. So if you want the same old, there's 2 things you can do. You cannot vote. You cannot vote. Or you can vote Andy McKnight back into office. That's if you want the same old. But if you want to look at my track record, if you want to ask me questions, if you want to sit down with me and tell me what is it that you like, what you don't like, what solutions you have. Because see, I don't do constant complainers. I don't do that. I love hearing your concerns, but I'm also even more so love hearing your solutions. And if you want to do that with me, we can do that. I won't run from you. I won't hide from you and only come out every 3 years when seeking re-election. I'll be transparent. I'll be honest. If I make a mistake, I'll tell you I made a mistake. I was wrong. I've always cared about the people. My track record shows it. I have no intentions of costing you money. Managed a $33 million budget at the prison. Never were we in the red. Never did we owe money. Never did we have to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meetings to find out how we're going to get this money. That we're going to have to close down the landfill, reduce hours. I would never vote against the landfill or against anything that's going to cost the citizens money. I'm going to look for solutions. One other thing, you're not going to see me sitting up there beside our county supervisor and the other county council persons asking her questions or him questions. I'm going to be bringing solutions to the table. And I think the problem with our government right now is that we try to put everything on one person's shoulders. We need a government that's solid. We need a government that consists of a body that has more than one progressive thinker. We need a government that will bring forth solutions, that will go out and go to other counties and find out how are they doing it, how are they being successful, and come back and implement that here. We need a county government that will work across the boards for all entities, the city, other communities. I'm that person. And the only way that does not happen, two ways. One, you do not vote at all. And two, you continue to vote for Mr. McKnight. This video is not a bash against Mr. McKnight. I have nothing personal against Mr. McKnight. But if I didn't come out and speak these truths, because remember, truth is not negative nor positive, it just is, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Go back and check the records. County government did not get you water. You've been buying that lie for years. He did, however, cause your taxes to go up with the landfill. He is involved with the transit mess that we've seen in the papers. And he does not care about the budget. He said it. He was on video. He said it, not me, his words. If that's what you want, then I have to understand that that's what you want. Guys, I hope you continue to have a great day. Continue to be safe. Share the video. I welcome any questions. You can always email me. You can check out my platform. You can see the things that I'm running for. And these are just a small list. But you can check those things out at votesuham.com. Votesuham.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. God bless you. And listen to me. I don't know if there's anybody alive, maybe even dead, that cares more about Williamsburg County than me. No matter where I go, I'm shouting it. And the reason I do that is because we have such a stigma on us. And that is not a good stigma. It's a negative stigma. And so for me, no matter where I go, I'm shouting it out. And I'm causing people to check out Williamsburg County, check out King Street, South Carolina, check out the other communities in Williamsburg County. Because we're better than that. We're better than what the media portrays us to be. We're better than that. I come from very humble beginnings. And God has blessed me to do some amazing things. But not only did God bless me, you guys blessed me by sowing into me. So it's only right for me to continue to sow back into the children that live in this community. It's only right for me to continue to sow back into the people and give them the information that they need to start their businesses or to rise above depression and to live a great life. It's only right. To whom much is given, much is required. Yes, it's a lot. But I was given a lot, so it's required of me to give back a lot. Challenge your politicians. Challenge the ones that are in office right now. Challenge them. It is your right, your civic duty. Challenge them. Ask them, what have you done for me lately? I don't want to hear something about 5 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. What have you done for me lately? Check out my platform at votesuham.com. Votesuham.com. I love y'all. Stay safe.